the Wendy Williams Show. Now, here's Wendy!
Thank you for watching our show. Say hello to my co-staff or studio audience. And of course, the virtuals at home. How you doing? I'm ready to go. Let's get started. It's time for... Come on! Well, I'm a woman of my word, and I did watch part 2 of Aretha Franklin's miniseries. And I'm also a woman, I'm allowed to change my mind. It was dark, it's like, I had to see, and right after she swigs from her husband Ted's flask, she goes out on stage and falls all the way out. And there were implications in the movie that she and Martin Luther King, Dr. King, were very flirty. And look, Dr. King is smoking. I know. The thing about Miss Franklin is that, and he was smoking Cools, by the way. See that right there? I didn't want to see. At this point, I really wanted to turn it off between passing out and Dr. King. And Aretha was never happy except, you know, certain times. But Aretha she was just never happy. Like I kind of understand now, and we're only 2 shows in. Now tonight it plays again on Nat Geo, and then tomorrow is the end. But I kind of understand what her family was feeling about this movie. I mean, the acting is superb, and the story is deep, dark, and will give you nightmares. Like, you've got to watch something really funny that'll take your mind off of it. For me, at 11 o'clock here in New York, it's always Seinfeld, 2 back-to-back episodes. Yeah. Norman, have you watched anything?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of Aretha last night, and I do agree that it was like a lot to take in about the Queen of Soul.
A lot.
Like, she had a baby when she was played by the younger actress. She was that young.
Yes.
Yeah, like it was a lot going on.
Yes.
Like, Aretha?
Aretha.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'll be there tonight, honestly. I've been researching alternative programming, and I know The Oval comes on, and I know like Basketball Wives comes on at 8, and I forgot what comes on at 9. Oh, Dallas Housewives, which is not my favorite. I tried, but and I love Dallas, but you know what? I might be forced to watch that. Just because I can't. And then the 10 o'clock news, the news is never great, but the news is what it is, you know, it informs you locally of what's going on, and then Seinfeld, and then go to sleep. Yeah. So, last night though, on American Idol, did you see? Clap if you saw. Not one tastemaker. Which is totally contradictory to what I'm being told how it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was doing well, but apparently, no.
Well, one of the contestants passed out on stage. I know a pass out, Aretha knows a pass out, and now so does she. Now she is okay, but I'm gonna warn you, it's a hard fall on her face. Take a look.
You got yourself to the end, and the problem is...
You okay?
Okay.
Flip her over.
Okay.
Flip her over.
Flip over.
Okay. All right, she busted her chin, y'all.
They didn't check her teeth. Check her teeth. Oh, wiggle her nose. Listen, she and her partner apparently was duet night last night, so she was up there with her friend and they sang really well, and the Idol judges are gonna push her through to the next thing. But the reason for her passing out, according to the paramedics who were there and everything, is that she was very dehydrated. And I gotta tell you, I know, like, when Halloween happened here, like, they could have edited this out, because this is a taped show, but they didn't, because Norman likes that kind of drama in his shows.
I do, I'm sorry, I do.
And when we were doing Halloween, it was a live show, but even if we were doing a taped show, I would want them to include it in the show, because I'm okay. So sometimes, like, falling, tripping, and passing out, there's a little humor in that. But then you want to know why. So she was severely dehydrated. When the paramedics came here to Wendy, that was one of the things they were like, you are severely dehydrated. And I drink so much water, I'm like, how could that be? They're like, you're drinking too much water at one time. They gave me directions on how to drink water. Since when do you need directions on how to drink? And also, I was lacking vitamin D. They said they never saw a worse case. So now I try to get to the sun, but it's dangerous in the streets, so I'd rather have my prescription and wait until I can go someplace civilized. But she's okay, and good for her.
What happened?
Nothing. Exactly. What happened? What happened is Bethenny Frankel is finally divorced. Yeah. So, you know, they broke up 9 years ago. She and Jason Hoppy were only married for a couple of years. It took 9 years for this divorce. Apparently, the divorce ended up being finalized in January, but it was in the newspaper today that she had gotten, you know, it's finalized. Good for her, you know. She used to not be a favorite person around here. Not that she is yet, but we always believed that Jason Hoppy was such a nice guy, you remember? But we're allowed to change our mind. I like Bethenny. And I love her hustle, and I miss her on New York Housewives. I do. So, yesterday she was spotted with a huge diamond ring on the finger. It's not too soon. She's been dating this guy, okay? She's engaged, the rumor is, to her boyfriend. His name is Paul Bernan. He's 43, Bethenny's 50. But a youthful 50 can definitely take down a 43-year-old, so you know what I mean. And the word is that Jason has fled New York. Allegedly, he lives in Boston. And these two have been together for a couple of years. So we were just talking about this yesterday. I was like, once you get to a particular age or station in life, you don't have to date around or wait to date when you get divorced. So if they've been together and now they're engaged, I'm happy for her. And you know what? I know she had a prenuptial with Jason, but there was a whole lot of other stuff going on behind the scenes. He just became super weird, super creepy, and slightly, in my mind, dangerous. Yeah.
Yep. He was like allegedly sending her nasty emails and showing up at kids' school and
turning up the Wendy show and hiding the remote.
Yep. Yep. Feel it.
At that time, I guess she didn't particularly care for me either. So
right,
I guess
exactly.
He thought that would drive her crazy.
Right.
Well, Bethenny, I am really happy for you, and I hope that you guys go on and have a wonderful life. And I know both of you will have prenups. He's super rich, but she's richer. Yeah. And yeah, good for you. And as far as Bryn, the daughter, is now 10 years old. By the way, I don't know whether her fiance has children or has ever been married. We tried to, huh?
I think he has 2 kids with his ex-wife, according to like some old notes, but I think so.
Old notes, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Well, so then they've both been there and they'll know how to do the prenups and why not be married? If you don't want to date anybody else, why not be married? Yeah. I hope it works out very well. Bryn has only known fighting adults
That's all she knows.
in her household. That's horrible. Poor Bryn. So, update on Gary Owen. So, his wife, his soon-to-be ex-wife, Kenya, has broken her silence on why they're divorcing. And it was allegedly a mystery woman named Dallas, Texas. I know, doesn't that sound like a stripper name?
No.
I like it though, but Gary, not Dallas, Texas. And so allegedly this Dallas, Texas is a friend of Claudia Jordan, friend to the show. And she said all her info on social media, which is way too much, you know what I mean? She says her therapy, she bought 5 therapy cards though, and it doesn't start until next week. So I guess she's therapizing by, typing in, after midnight when it really gets down and dirty, when you don't care what you say. So Kenya tells Dallas, Texas, Dallas, Texas, she'll deal with her soon. And said, expect a storm. And you can have him. But you will not disrespect me or my kids. I don't want her to fight. I don't want to know any more about this. I mean, I kind of do, but I don't want Kenya to fight. She's got the kids to take care of, and if he's with Dallas, Texas, or well, he's on tour now, so he might have one in every stop, if you know what I'm saying. Carroll, Chicago. Yep, Brooke in Boston. But look, she broke it down, Kenya did. She said, look, I met Gary 23 years ago when he was driving a pickup truck, a raggedy one, she called it, and had no place to live and had good credit. All of a sudden, I'm scared of Kenya. Dallas, Texas, you better be ready. And Claudia Jordan is like, leave me all the way out of this. And so she got on social media, and I'm glad she did this, because I believe every word she says. Take a look.
But all I came out here to tell y'all is that I have absolutely nothing to do with it. I do not have a friend in Dallas or anywhere else that is this man's mistress. I don't know of any woman that's his mistress. I do not know what the hell y'all talking about. Kenya, Tosh has given you my number. You can call me and we can talk about it. And I'm really aggravated with you that you chose to go messy on a blog when you could have reached out to me.
Yeah. I'm mad that we have to know all this. The paparazzi were out today again.
Again.
And people seem to feel like call paparazzi. Oh, that was yesterday. See, they're one day behind. That's yesterday, struggling to the car to come here and make with the happy and yet the yuck yuck. Why would I, huh?
I like the hair though.
Thank you. That's me in the streets. But look, I do believe that they're waiting for me to be leaving with a gentleman. I do. And this one today, the one today was hiding me. I was wearing a white coat. And he was hiding behind a school bus. And so the doorman says, they're to the left. I said, okay. See, they're onto the game now too. So as soon as they say that while I'm inside, I know, okay, look down, just keep walking, mask up, let's go. Anyway, what else is on the agenda? I can't wait to see Don Lemon. I can't wait. He, is that Don?
Yeah.
No, wait a minute. Oh, Donnie. Very handsome. Very handsome. So, okay. NBA YoungBoy was arrested after trying to escape from the police. Now, here's the story. So, first of all, YoungBoy stands for, NBA, never broke again. Okay, he had outstanding federal warrant, one, as we know of. And he was in California and just driving around with his friends. I don't know whether he was driving or the passenger, but he was with friends, and the cops noticed the car. It was probably a loud rapper car. They attempted to pull the car over. The car sped up and gave a short pursuit. Then NBA YoungBoy, I guess he tucked and rolled and ran away down the sidewalk or wherever. Okay. So the cops set up a perimeter, and TMZ got the video of all the action. And then the cops brought in a tracking dog. And And now the FBI has him in custody. Not the regular cops, not the sheriff's department, the FBI. And I was like, well, how do dogs know if they, how do the dogs know what he smells like if the cops didn't catch him, to sniff his clothes and stuff? I guess maybe they opened the door and woof. Oh, by the way, there was a gun found in the car. No word on whether it was NBA YoungBoy's, but I do have my suspicions about it all. He's got to go to jail. How do you do a hot pursuit? There are innocent people out here. You could have hurt innocent people in your hot pursuit and running through people's backyards. Nobody wants that. Bringing down the property values. And how is it that you do what you do with 7 kids at only 21 years old? And I wonder what Yaya Mayweather's father Floyd is saying about this. Well, she did speak out. She did a short post that said, her day has been ruined. Floyd, if she just goes to jail, then Yaya will move on. I know she has a baby with him and everything, one of his 7 children. So, Mike Tyson, he's 54 and he backed out of a fight with Evander Holyfield, who's 58. Mike Tyson turned down $25 million for 3 rounds, scheduled in Miami for May 29th. Look at Papa Smurf, though. To me, and I was the only one in our Hot Topics morning meeting that said, good for him, I'm glad he did that. That means, and a couple of people said, well, he's got money problems. And I said, you know what? If he's at peace with himself based on where he came from, how he grew up, money is not everything. And $25 million is a lot, but when you're 54 years old and you've been through so much, one punch in the head, can send you off the deep end. And why wouldn't he want to go out on top as opposed to getting his behind beat? The last fight that he had was with Roy Jones Jr., and that was a draw, so nobody won. I think that he should go on with his life and be a ringside announcer. I know he has a high voice and a slight lisp, and sometimes he stutters, but that's Tyson. Don't you want to hear him commentate a fight? And I wonder if all this is going to be played out when Jamie Foxx plays him in a limited series. Yeah, Jamie Foxx has been working out. His body is Tyson-esque. Tyson approved of this. Martin Scorsese is the executive producer. I don't know the network yet, but I'd watch that. We don't have time for him. That's it?
I think that's it. It's 20 minutes in.
Can't this be a 23-minute day?
Well, we gotta get to Don Lemon.
Right. We got more great show for everybody. Up next, CNN broadcaster Don Lemon. So grab a snack and come on back. Our first guest is the host of CNN Tonight. He's got a new book. It's called This Is the Fire. Please welcome back to our show, my friend Don Lemon. I don't know whether to come through the TV and hug you or start crying. You know,
I know.
Me and you.
I love you.
Thank you,
Wendy.
Don.
We've gotten such a bond lately. We've created such a great bond and such a great friendship lately.
Out
so
of
thank you
nowhere.
for that. It means the world to me.
Please, you invited me into your home, your vacation house in the Hamptons, and Tim, your fiance, is so lovely, and all your friends, and we sped around on your boat, and we sped in the vintage cars, and it was just a really fun time. And because I'm a watcher, and you know, my mother had a big crush on you. She didn't care about Tim. She's like, where's Don? And, but you were just so nice to me. I honor that.
Well, let me tell you. Thank you, Wendy. When I meet people and I love them, I love them. And I told you from the very beginning, since I've known you, how much I loved you and how much I cared for you. And I wanted to establish a friendship with you. But just over the last couple of years, we have been able to truly establish that friendship for reasons that we both know and will remain. So.
So, back to Tim. An engagement for 2 years, because here at the show, especially if you're a particular age, no, just because you're wearing it doesn't mean you mean it. When are you getting married?
What you talking about, Wendy? Why are you getting in my business? What do you want to know?
When are you two getting married?
So who says we're not already? No, we're not. Don't start that rumor. So listen, during the pandemic, we have all of these people, some of them family members, Wendy, quite frankly, planning these weddings, trying to plan a wedding around a pandemic. And it just kept getting pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And then it was like, you can have a limit of 50 and you can have a limit of this or what have you. And then the weddings were we don't want that. I thought it was selfish when people did that. I know people are watching, they're gonna be mad, but I thought during a pandemic, who wants to go into a potential super spreader event, or who wants past hors d'oeuvres during the middle of a deadly pandemic? So Tim and I love each other. We're gonna get married. I just thought now is the right time. Don't be selfish. Deal with what's going on in the world. Love each other and your friends, and then get married when the time is right. That's it. Nothing's happening.
You look so young and so good pulled together. I can't believe you're 55. Wow.
Double nickels, Wendy. There's a lot of moisturizing. And look, my forehead works. So, you know,
no Botox.
Maybe I should get a little shot right here.
I mean, and your hair looks good, and you know, it's not too lined up. It's just good. A real good gentleman.
Thank you, Wendy. Wait, is that a new ring?
My phone
your
ring.
other ring is being cleaned. That's right.
No, this is it.
He redid the whole thing?
Yeah.
What have I missed?
A lot of shows.
Oh my gosh. Well, Wendy, I've been launching my book, so I have you on DVR.
Well, it's okay.
So as you know, when you're launching, you're doing Zooms all day. But that ring is I almost said a bad word. Fabulous, but the bad word in front.
Thank you.
Love it. Oh my God.
Thank you, Don. Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Thank you, Don. Congratulations on the new book. The first time I met you, you came on this show for your first book. And then I recall us having a conversation when I was in the Hamptons with you guys, and you said, I'll never write again. I don't want to write a book.
I said I never wanted to write again because it was so tough. But when you were there is actually when I was going through the process of figuring out this book. You were there, right? Were you there? You were there after or before George Floyd, right?
Yeah.
So it was really after George Floyd and all of the unrest in the summer is when I started to write a book, because books are hard, as you know, and they take a lot out of you. And everyone thinks like the hard part is the writing. Sometimes if you're passionate about it, it pours out. But the real hard part, as you know, why I've not seen some of your shows, is promoting the book.
Yeah.
And especially now during a pandemic, you're not on an airplane, you're not in every city. You're sitting in front of your computer literally from sunup to sundown, Wendy, in front of the Zoom thing, going from city to city to city, promoting the book, TV show, radio shows, all over. And people just don't want you on the phone anymore. Now with Zoom, everybody wants to see you, even if it's a radio interview.
Yeah. All right, so I watched The Bachelor and I feel very guilty. I was so invested, and I understand that you did too.
I watched The Bachelor, and you know what? I never had any interest in that show. I felt so guilty for watching it. Yeah, go on. What do you want to say?
No, me too.
I had no interest in the show. I wasn't part of The Bachelor, The Bachelorette Nation. Plus, there was never anybody on there. I mean, except for once or twice who looked like us, and they never got picked. You're like, he ain't gonna pick her. She ain't gonna pick him. And so I just never watched it. And I just thought it was like this kind of weird show. And then when I saw, quite frankly, all of these like girls, this black man with this harem around him, and it was on in my office at night, I'm watching him going, oh my gosh, look at that.
He's
but
beautiful.
Then when the whole race controversy started, I was like,
Do you think that he handled the racism healthily? Is that
who, him?
Uh-huh.
Healthily is word.
Matt.
I think there was probably a lot that we didn't see because by the time it came out, I think they were finished shooting and he had already picked her. But I knew from watching the show, look, we've been around for a long time, double nickels, and you are as well. So I'm like, that's the one he likes. He's gonna pick her. Look how he looks at her. Look how he treats her. He doesn't like those other girls. He wants her. So I knew that he picked her even like during the controversy. I was like, yep. And that is, boy, what is that gonna do for this show? I think that the person who handled it the best out of all of them, you're gonna be surprised, is actually Rachel herself. I thought I'm not giving her a pass on what she did, but I thought her apology was sincere. She appears to be willing to do the work and do all the right things. I personally don't believe in canceling people. So if you have a racial blind spot, which is what the book is all about, you have a racial blind spot, you have an issue, learn from it, apologize, listen, take action, and do the work, and then move on.
Do you think that Chris Harrison should move on? You think they should have him back? I don't. Sorry.
Okay, so look, I don't like, again, canceling people or for people to be out of a job, but I'll put it this way, I don't believe Chris's apology was sincere. I don't believe he handled it well. There are better ways to handle it than a Zoom interview on the morning show. Not that it's a morning show, but he could have gone in studio. He could have had someone over at their house. He could have done something socially distanced. He could have done something even on the show, a show that was dedicated to it or something that was heartfelt, where it didn't look like he was protecting his brand and the Bachelor Nation brand. I don't believe his apology. I'm sorry. So that should answer your question.
So you and Chris Cuomo, and I always tell you this, one of the best parts of my day is your crossover at night, when you two laugh and talk, and I've witnessed that relationship in person, so I feel weird talking to you about it. Do you feel weird talking about it?
I don't feel weird talking about it. What I feel weird is the pressure and all of the focus that's on my friend, because my friend is not the governor. My friend is a governor's brother. So my heart goes out to him and the entire family because I love Chris. I love his wife and his kids. I've only met the governor once, maybe twice. So I've never really spent that much time with the governor. And usually it's, at some sort of, picnic or family function, but just, briefly, hey, Governor, how are you? Good to see you. But I know, and I love Chris. So is it hard for me to talk about? No, because I'm a journalist. And Chris has been in this business for as long as I have. So he knows we have to do it. And is it uncomfortable for him? I'm sure.
You cried when you found out. You cried when he found out he had the virus. You cried right in front of all of us.
I did, because that's my friend, but I'm not crying. Look, this is something that his brother is having to deal with. But I cried for my friend because this was in the beginning. In the very beginning, Chris was one of the first people I knew who had it. I had a couple friends who caught it and they died. And I told you about that over the summer. And that was really hard. But I didn't know if my friend, how sick he was going to be, if I was going to hear from him. Chris and I are the last two people in the building at night. I'm the last soldier standing at night, and he's before me. So usually when I walk in with all of my stuff, if I bring the dogs or whatever, I'll walk by and I say hi to Uncle Chris, or I go into his office and we talk. I'll say, what are you doing, ugly? You look fat today, or whatever. You're gonna wear something different besides that dumb black and white thing. And we just joke around like that, and he'll like throw something at me or say, get the F out of my office or whatever. And then it was, there was nobody there but me. And I walked by his thing and I saw his big sign. It says Cuomo tonight, let's get after it. And I started to feel like, what happens if my friend is no longer here? Because he's more than a colleague, he's my friend, I love him.
And he knows all the words to Good Time, and people were mad at you because you gave him what they call a pass. But I already knew that you guys were friends. Tell everyone what had happened.
Because I know his intentions, and we have to stop. When we know someone's intentions and we know someone is an ally, we should know who our allies are. And we should give our allies room to talk. And I'm not discounting however you want to feel about that comment. It depends on who it came from. If it comes from someone who is a bigot or someone who is making fun of people of color, then I would understand that. But it came from someone we were joking around, and that's what happens when you're in relationships with people. Yeah. That's what I tell you in the book. The only way we're gonna solve this race thing, this issue, is if we have relationships with people who don't look like us, and we have someone who can give us some honest feedback. So that's the way Chris and I speak in person. Perhaps
and they were doing the Good Time song, and Chris knew all the words and just kept going. And so Don leaned back and was like,
how do you call the words to Good Times?
He said, I'm black inside. And so everybody had a fit. Yeah. What else do I ask you? They're telling me I have to wrap up. When am I gonna
you can ask me anything. Wendy, you didn't do shoe cam with me.
Oh, shoe cam, please. Go. Where are your shoes? Oh.
I'm at home. There's nothing better than a fuzzy slipper and a really nice pair of pajamas, Wendy.
So
Wendy, I have to ask you. I asked Wendy.
Okay.
So, has Wendy found love?
No, but I really like Mike, and I am, my feelers are always out to date and things like that. Wendy wants a boyfriend. It's kind of fun dating, but I'm a girlfriend. I'm not, a floozy.
Okay. So is Wendy coming to visit me this summer with the potential love?
Would you like it? I would.
Absolutely, I would. And if you want to bring in one weekend and one the next, I'm fine with that too.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, Donnie, thank you so much for being here. Good luck with your book.
I love you. I'm so proud of your journey. I love you so much. You're one of my dearest friends now, and I can't tell you how much that means to me.
Thank you. His new book is available now, and we'll be right back. Okay, time for Ask Wendy. Now, Lillian is in Queens. Hi, Lillian. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. How you doing?
Good. What's your question? Or what's your problem?
So me and my guy have been on and off for the last 7 years. Now, I know we were young and in college, and I just couldn't get it right. I was dipping it and doing it, but we're really serious now.
How old are you?
So I'm 27.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay. So we've been talking about moving in recently, and I like the idea of us moving in, saving money, and him paying the bills, but I'm just a little nervous. So my question to you is, should I allow my potential forever babe to move in with me, or should he save up and get a place of his own?
Wait, you said he moves in and he pays the bills? Do you work?
Well, I'm saying that we've been, the pandemic and everything. So I lost my job last March.
Okay.
But I have a degree. So it's not a big deal for me to hop back into the job market.
So is he your boyfriend? Does he have that title? Are you his girlfriend? No.
We doing something.
No, then don't move in together. Don't move in together because that's dangerous. Because if it doesn't work out, then you want to date, you know what I'm saying? And then he'll want to date, and then you'll be stuck in the apartment together. Where does he live now?
He lives in Manhattan right now.
What I mean is with who?
Oh, his mother.
Okay. You can continue dating him. I don't mind that. Do not have him move in with you. He can have a toothbrush and a piece of a top drawer, and that's it. That's it. Okay?
Okay.
Be
Thank
careful.
you so much, Wendy.
You're welcome, Lillian. Now, Kyle is in Portland. Kyle, how can I help you? How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Fine, thanks.
So, Wendy, I need your help with something. I have been with my girlfriend for the past year. She is a beautiful person, and the sex has been amazing. But there is one problem.
Okay.
Recently, she started running into the bedroom and turning off the lights beforehand. She turns down the shades, she turns off the lights, and she runs underneath the covers. Now, I am somebody who likes the lights on. I like them, you know, I like to see things. I don't like to be fumbling around and reaching for things and elbows here and there.
Well, do you like them all the way on? I mean, could I suggest dimmer? Dimmers work really well. And so do candles. Not real dangerous candles, you know, like one candle with 3 wicks in it, you know, over there. Just something to glow. And so I guess your question is to me, how can you make that happen or something else happen besides a dark room?
Well, I think that there's a problem here because I think this is due to my girlfriend has gained a little weight. And so I think that she's not feeling good about her own body. I think she's absolutely beautiful. But I think that she has some problems. So how do we find that compromise between her wanting the lights completely off and me wanting them on?
Put the TV on mute, just you and she sitting close in the living room, and you tell her exactly what you told me. I think that's sweet. You love her exactly the way she is, even with a little weight, and I think that there's a common denominator. There is, okay?
Perfect, thank you so much,
All right.
Wendy.
More Ask Wendy is next. Time for more Ask Wendy. Anais is in North Carolina. How you doing?
How you doing, Wendy?
Good, how can I help?
Hi, Wendy, Anissa from North Carolina. Yes, thank you for having me. So look, Wendy, I recently stepped up and moved my mother in and became her source of support with no help from my sisters. They didn't call, they didn't check in to see how she was doing, nothing. Not only did this hurt me, but it also hurt my mother. Recently, my niece asked to come up and visit. She came and we had a great time. However, this upset my mother. And my mother was talking to my sisters behind my back. This subsequently caused my mother to move out. She moved out, Wendy. And so I want to know, Wendy, should I heal this relationship or should I just love them all from a distance?
Well, you should try to heal it. If your mother was well enough to move out, then why'd she move in with you to begin with? I mean, is she on death's bed? Or did you just move her in just for a little assistance?
Well, I just moved her in to give her a new start, Wendy. She wasn't getting a lot of assistance there. She is a diabetic and she does have some, you know, living arrangement issues. So I was just trying to get her here with me and my family to help her out. My sisters don't call, they don't check on her. And I got her here and she felt like she was in the middle when my niece came up. And so it's caused a wedge between our family.
Well, maybe you reach out to your sisters, not your mother and not your niece, your sisters, and you say, all right, mom is living over there. I'm living with my family here, but we all have to do our effort to check on her. You know, it's not time for her to move in with you. It doesn't sound like she needs you to manage whatever she's going through. So call your sisters and get them on the 3-way or the 4-way or however many there are of you.
Well, the problem is with that, Wendy, we're not speaking either. We don't speak.
Well, call, send an email, make something happen. It's important.
Me? Call?
Yeah. Yes! Good luck, Anissa, and we'll be back. It's time for Pop Quiz. Elizabeth is in Nashville. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good, thanks, Elizabeth. Oh, Hannah, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, Justin Bieber released his 6th album over the weekend. What's the name of his new single? Banana, raspberries, or peaches?
Peaches, darling.
You got it.
Peaches.
A $100 gift card to Amika, and we'll be right back. You want to be a part of our virtual audience? You don't have to do anything but dress the part. Go to wendyshow.com to sign up, and we'll be right back. Don Lemon, thank you. Tomorrow from Basketball Wives, Evelyn Lozado. Don't forget that does come on TV tonight. I'll be watching. And I love you for watching today. See you next time on Wendy. Bye.
How you doing?
Nice.